First of all, sis, I need you just to stop with the code switching, because code switching at its very roots is covering, even if it's for a moment. It's like the difference between multitasking and task switching. One doesn't really exist. Multitasking doesn't really exist because your brain can only do one thing at a time. Code switching, you're covering, okay? Let's just call it what it is. I'm going to challenge you to stop, okay? If you find yourself in an environment that seems to like the person you have to become better than it likes you, find another place to work in the company, at the very least, because that's toxic, okay? We have gotten to a point as people of color that we really believe that this is necessary. And in some cases, you know, our parents may have felt like it had to be, but that was the generation of survival. We're in a generation of choice. And some of us are just getting to that point where we're just realizing we have some choices we can make because we're not fighting for access nearly as much as our previous generation was. We are, but not as much. And we have this thing called the internet. Now, when you start to understand that your value is also tied to the very authentic person that you bring to the table, and that your authentic self has something of value to share that is unique. Because when you start to rise in the ranks, you'll start to see that everybody's smart, you know, everybody's good, but that rock star leader has an it factor. And that it factor is going to come from your authentic self. And that will bring you the confidence to be able to style flex. And you know what? You're new at it. So I'm going to tell you, start with the volume down, okay? Bring a little bit of yourself to the room. Don't dial it all the way up. Don't give them everything, okay? First of all, you don't know if they deserve it yet. But second of all, you don't want to overwhelm them. You need to get to know the room, get to know the space, use your EQ, but start with it dialed down. And then little by little, as you see that, hey, this is working, people like this, start to dial it up. But again, we don't cover because that's not authentic.